trophies I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, it's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. When my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase.
It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
First carry for Royce Freeman. They find some open field here. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Royce Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying the right side with Howard. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. On the give, running right is Howard. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got Fuller. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Will Fuller. Touchdown number 15 of the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out. And
I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play, but
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Running with Howard. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw here. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. They were looking for Johnson that time.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
It's fourth down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Check. Lucky. Hey, watch it.
On 4th down, Fields. And that is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They go counter with Howard. And an alley to run. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's into the clear. The 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way. Down inside the 30-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
38 yards on the play. 1st down, New York.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And this one is right down the middle. And that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Fields. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 8. Johnson's got it complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And it brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard, but he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Freeman. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On third down, it's Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up fourth down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it with Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And able to find Kirk complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
52's the mic, boy. 52. And we got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
16, Jets 10.
And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
That's it, baby. We got work.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Second and 9 now. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That second down play nets a -4.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel.